Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Because yesterday I had a problem with the mic. Today looks like it may be okay. Mic check 1 2. Hey, there we go.
Mic check 1 2.
Hey, there we go. Can you guys still hear me?
Yesterday I had a problem with the mic. Today looks like it may be okay. Mic check 1 2.
So I think I'm good. So I'm just gonna double check some more stuff. I got this new platform, guys, and that's what it is. I just every day it brings a new challenge, but that's okay. I can get through this one. Give me 1 minute and we'll get into it. How's the rest of you guys' day? Good, I hope. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Mic check. Here we go. We're up on. All right. Ugh. How are you guys today? I am doing great. Shut up. You ever told your own self to shut up? Well, you just heard me tell my own self. Shut up. Good morning or good evening, guys. Welcome to the Cityballers.com podcast show. So we're gonna jump right into it. Yesterday, I did notice that the mic. I did like half of the show where the mic was not working completely. So today, I'm gonna keep an eye on it, make sure everything is going good. Because right now, I'm getting some feedback. If you guys can hear me, just type a number one in. Type the number one in the message column if you guys can hear me well. See, hold on. Just doing a sound check, see if you guys can hear me or not. Just doing a sound check because I'm not going to do a show again like that. I mean, I was talking my behind off. In the first half of the show, you couldn't hear me. Seems like maybe you guys cannot. No one's. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, mine sounds good on my side. Once again, if you guys can hear me, just send me just type in one. Type in one. I think I'm good though. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I think you guys can hear me. No feedback though. And like I said again, if you guys can hear me, type a one in. If not, I'm getting ready to go forward anyways, and I can hear myself, so this is good. All right, guys, what a good day. I predicted the Tigers to win, but the Tigers didn't necessarily win today. They lost. They came out. Yep. Okay. Good. They came out. The Tigers came out pretty good for nothing, but they couldn't. They couldn't hold it. So yeah, this is the. Yep. Hey, what's up, Rod? Yep. Thank you, sir. Right, I got this new platform. Well, it's new to me. StreamYard. So today is my second day using it, so I'm just trying to get it all figured out. It's a lot better. I can add stuff and show stuff on the computer as I talk. So that's a lot better. So let's get it going. Tigers lost. What was it, 8-6 or something like that? I took Detroit plus 5.1 and still lost. Um, I just did a little small one, but like I told you guys, I'm pretty much done with baseball. I just can't do it anymore. I'm baseballed out. I know how stuff goes. I don't feel like dealing with that. I don't, it just don't feel like doing it anymore. So you guys want some picks? I'll throw some in. If I can sneak one or two in, like today, like Houston and Seattle, take Woo plus 3 strikeouts. I'll do that. And then who was he going against? Hunter, the kid from Detroit. I'll take 3 strikeouts from Hunter and Wu. I think they both made that. And then Dylan Cease with the Blue Jays. I took him 6 or 7, and I think he's at 8 now. I did know I cleared it because I saw the green. So games like that where I kind of know where I got solid guys. Oh, guess who else I took? I took the San Diego Padres, and I took with their pitcher, um, our guy that the Tigers traded. What's his name? Cease, not Cease. Cease is with Toronto. Um, what is this dude's name? And I call his name all the time. And actually, he's been getting better, a lot better as of late. Let's see. Let me go here in MLB games. Um, I just want to get it because I like to say the name. Where am I at? Give me San Diego Padres. When I lived in San Diego, man, those guys swore up and down the San Diego Padres were the the shit. They were all right. So San Diego won 5-0. San Diego's not that bad, not bad. But the only problem with San Diego is, and who do we get? Max. What is his name? Not Max, but Casey Mays. That's it, Casey Mays. Casey Mays have been getting better as of late. The Tigers got rid of him. I didn't know that they got rid of him, so they pretty much unloaded all of their start. They pretty much half of their starting pitcher or ace starting pitching. I think they got one, maybe one or two more, but for the most part, the Tigers blow, and I don't understand the logic in what they're doing because you develop guys, and then as soon as you get them developed, you trade them off. Well, we're in this division. Don't say that because I've heard people say, Detroit, they're in that division and they're in the small area. Detroit's not a small area, right? It encompasses a lot of Canada. Pretty much everybody in the state of Michigan loves the Tigers. It grabs parts of Ohio and even Indiana, to be surprising. I mean, that's surprising, but they do. They've got a big metro area as well, but the Tigers are big enough. I think they're big into Milwaukee, right? Because Milwaukee, well, I don't think I know they are TV wise as well, because Milwaukee gets eaten up by Chicago in that area. So I mean, whatever. But when Old Man Illich was around, Old Man Illich, he kept the Tigers loaded. He kept them stacked. I don't know what his kids is doing. They don't really know too much about baseball because they just developing guys and getting rid of them. Casey Mays took him a while to come around because he was terrible when he first got here, but he started turning around last year. And this year he actually made that turn. And what do? You send him to San Diego. And somebody says, well, they get good prospects. Well, baseball is funny. It ain't like football and basketball. You just never know. And it takes a while to develop players, as you see with Casey Mays, right? It just takes time. And even Scribble, when he first came, that dude wasn't throwing smoke like that. It takes time, but I guess this is how the Tigers want to run their organization. But I tell you right now, it's real shitty, right? because they made it through that door before that door was even open or that window. It was a crack in the window and they got through it. So now you would think the time would be like next year to say, oh, that window's getting ready to close. But somebody somewhere wasn't doing what they were supposed to. What's going on, Drake? How's it going, man? Somehow or another, they just didn't capitalize on what they were supposed to as management. But I tell you what, old man Illich would have capitalized on it. Guys, a lot of the stuff that I talked about, like yesterday, I was cut off, but I'm going to get right to it and talk about it again. The Lions played, and let's see. I'll say this first. Since the NFL has started in preseason, I'm like 3-0, and then you go, well, how can you predict a football preseason game? You can't. There's no way to know who's going to win an NFL preseason. But here's what I knew, or here's what, and a lot of you guys know this too, is that when you see a game like I called the Arizona Raiders game, and this is what I knew: Arizona's got a brand new coach, brand new quarterback, brand new running back, brand new assistant coaches, brand new some of everything. So they're going to be trying out whatever. They're going to be trying out as much as they can, seeing different guys, looking at situationals. I mean, game. What's the word? Game situations. Like at the end of the game, can they score within a certain amount of time? Can they get that field goal? Game situations, right? So they'll be going through a lot of that, right? I knew that that's what they were going to do, and every time they got a chance to get the ball, they would score. Along with the Raiders. Raiders, same thing. New everything. New quarterback. They running back is a year. He's a year in now. The short kid from Boise State. So when you got two teams that don't know what they do, I mean, it's brand new like this. Look for some points. Now, getting back to the Lions in Cincinnati, and Rod, I saw where you were talking about the Lions just piling up injuries. Yeah, well, they can't afford to start anybody, but also still too though, Rod, I don't think they would start because your man's he don't believe in starting his star players, and he don't show anything. The Lions didn't play; they didn't play anybody. I don't even the first if there was some first stringers on defense or offense, I wasn't able to physically watch the game, but I do know that the big time stars weren't playing. But guess what? No, no, no. Cincinnati knows a lot more than we do. They started Joe Burrow again preseason, first game. That's so stupid. That's dumb. And I remember when it first happened, they did it a couple of years ago when Burrow got hurt. They go, well, yeah, Burrow just wants to get him and his receivers want to get on the same page. Well, you guys need to get on the same page in practice because if I'm the head coach, that's what I'm saying. You guys can't get on the same time in practice. You're gonna have to wait until maybe the last game, and maybe you can get a quarter. But for the most part, you'll only see one series out of me. The first series we get the ball, you play it. Whatever you do, you do. Whatever you don't, you get yelled at or whatever. And then that's it for you. For the first stringers, they have nothing to prove. But for some odd reason, man, Cincinnati always likes to start Burrow. And they know he's injury prone. But I mean, he ended up getting sacked twice, and I'm like, and I saw both of those plays, and one of them came from his blind side, and I'm like, so that's what you guys got to work on, the quarterback's blind side. But why you got to sacrifice your quarterback? One of the best quarterbacks in the league. Why you got to do that? Why why you have to sacrifice your quarterback to figure out your needs at the offensive line? And that's what they did. And luckily, Burrow got out of there because he got sacked twice, but he got out of there. And I'm like, man, because see, those second stringers for the Lions, third stringers, walk-ons, and all of that, those guys got something to prove. They not trying to not hurt you, and they not trying to hurt you, but they gonna get you any way they can. And if you get hurt, what? That's the game. That's the name of the game. But somehow or another, guys, uh, Cincinnati knows more than the average guy. So what am I going to say? I also talked about how, and in Cleveland, I think Cleveland lost, but it was that game went over as well. So the Hall of Fame game went over. Called that one. So for yesterday, I called Buffalo and who's Buffalo playing? Let's see, NFL. Mm. The Lions 14 to 16. That sounded right. I probably would have took the under in that. But let's see what other games did I. Yeah, okay. So I took Chicago in the Cleveland game. Chicago versus Cleveland. I took the over. The final score was 34 to 10. Where you go, Ron? The Chicago's got a good team. They don't really have anything to prove. No, but they had the guy Badgett's playing. So Badgett, I mean, he's just trying to let these coaches know, like, look, if this other guy don't do what he needs to do, I'm there. Cleveland also has something to prove and show because they don't have too much of anybody. You got the battle with the quarterbacks going on over there. So yeah, I knew that game would possibly go over. Always, and then I took Buffalo and Carolina. That was the third game I took to go over, and it did go over. It went 14 to 29, and I took Tampa and the Jets to go over. Right, so that was one, two, three. So it was three of them, and including the All Star game or whatever. Yeah. The Hall of Fame game, I took that one too, and then so it's like I'm like 5-0. One, two, three. Again, that means nothing. That means nothing. I mean, because it's preseason. Then I looked around and I saw Kevin Stefanski. That's your boy, Rod. Kevin Stefanski. I saw you and Dre, man. Y'all used to tear that guy up. But he deserved it. I look around, he's coaching, and I had forgot all about him because that's what you do with most Cleveland people. You forget about him. I look around, he's on Atlanta. A Cleveland coach not getting fired, and then he's a hot commodity. Where do you do? Oh, wait a minute. The quarterback, the ex quarterback, what's his name, is the GM for Atlanta. The same quarterback that was involved in one of the biggest debacles in Super Bowl history. He lost. He was up. How many? I don't know how many points he was up by, but he was up by a lot. And he ended up losing that Atlanta game. So, I mean, that Super Bowl. So it goes figure. You go figure, right? Go figure. He ain't the sharpest guy. Because why would you go after Kevin Stefanski? He had something to prove. I thought that they would do a little bit more than what they did. You only got 7 out of them guys because they've got a lot to prove. Denver has absolutely nothing to prove and still beat them. That just tells you a lot about Atlanta, right? Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski is an idiot. It's just amazing how you can look up and this guy is losing in one place, he goes somewhere else and he loses. Yeah, go figure. No love from me. He's not the sharpest either. Yesterday, I put this up and I'm going to put it up now. See, I wasn't able to put up a lot of these pictures, right? Because I was just on regular YouTube, which is not that smart. But anyways, I got it figured out. So I'm going to show you get these guys right here. And this is just one of many of pictures I'm going to show you. Is this right? Share image. Let's say share file. All right. You guys know this idiot? Wait, come on. Did I do it? Did I add it right? No, I probably did not. See, that's what you get, man. You don't know what the hell you doing, do you? No. But I'm gonna figure it out. So I'll just remove that one from the studio. I just need to get. I want to show picture. Does that work? No, no, nope. Yep, there it is. I had it right the first time. Okay, so he's up, but you know who he is, right? That's the quarterback that's caught up in that Nolan Wells deal, where he's probably the guy who actually killed Nolan Wells. Because I guess I mean, I guess, well, it first started off for you guys that's familiar with it. He wasn't even supposed to be at the beach. He was supposed to be somewhere else. That's what the story was. Well, they've got it now where he was actually going with the girl that Nolan Wells was, kicking it with. And I guess he got kind of pissed off and didn't like it, and they all got him, right? That's not the official wording, but I'm sure that's how that went down because in that audio, they had the audio out. Audio comes out, and you hear, "Damn it, Bart." Now this is the internet because like everybody knows, the internet is undefeated. So somebody, I guess, when TMZ or whoever put the call out from Cito, those guys down there tow boats and stuff, and you couldn't really hear the background with some guy. Well, wasn't some guy. The first person was a lady, and then everybody else just chimed in and jumped on it, and they separated the different channels, and you heard, "Damn it, Bart." But parts of that other audio part was very, very disturbing. And I mean, I listened to it twice just to make sure I was hearing what I heard, right? But then after that, I couldn't listen to it anymore. It was very disturbing. You could hear somebody choking and gasping for air, and then you heard something go like, like how those bait when an aluminum bat hits a ball and it goes dink. You heard that, right? And then you heard something go boom, and then you hear someone goes, "Is he dead?" And somebody goes, "Just die or just fucking die," or something like that. And terrible. But that's Bart. That was Bart. Now let me show you the other guys, right? Now, this is funny. Well, it's not funny, it's sad. Yeah, so Bart's got a hell of a dilemma. If I was Bart, I was well, no, because football is about the best thing for him. But if I'm the head coach of Miami, he's not playing. I'm just gonna let him sit, and he's gonna sit. He's gonna have to sit it out. All right, Drake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do that, man. How's everything going back in the D with you, Drake? Mm. All right, Drake. So let me get back to it. Um, there we go. You see these three guys? They all play for the Wyoming Cowboys football team. Why you pick those guys? I don't know. It's just random guys. Wyoming's football team is over 50% black. I'm pretty sure everybody. Well, if you're a sports fan, you pretty much know that. These are the guys he's gonna have to look at every day when he walks in the locker room. And by the way, who do they look like? They don't have that. They don't like brother and sister related, but the color, skin tone, hair texture, and everything looks like Nolan Wells, the same guy that you just off. This is what you're gonna look at every time you go into the locker room. You think these guys want to play with you now? Because what they do is in that locker room, everything is a brotherhood. Everything. Nothing comes between them and their teammates. Nothing. Nothing becomes between a football team because they're a team. They do everything together. That's why you see them doing those races and tie legs together and all of that other crap, building team camaraderie. But when you stab your team in the back by bringing all of this negativity and bullshit into the locker room, that doesn't fare well. And then the guy you killed is black. They know you from Mississippi, and the tag that comes with people from Mississippi. They hear all of the internet stuff about Nolan Wells. So the first thing these guys are going to do, not just these three guys that I put up there, not just them. The first thing that runs through their mind is Mississippi and how messed up it is. And this guy killed Nolan Wells. Yeah, he's one of the best punters in college, but that doesn't mean anything, right? Because now, from what I heard, the players was pissed because the coach goes, we didn't hear anything about him killing anybody, and we don't know anything about a murder or whatever. Dude, where do you live? In a bubble? I don't watch that much TV, but even I knew about it, right? So I don't know what the hell this coach was talking about, but it trickled down, and you knew it was going to happen. It trickled down to the team, and the team was just not happy with it. So when the locker room gets into an uproar like that, they won't do well on that field, right? A lot of guys are gonna be like, you know what, give me my paycheck, because some guys get paid now. They're gonna give me my paycheck, and if I'd have known this, I would never came. Because a lot of them guys came from the transfer portal. They're probably transferring up out of there. Their first game is against Wyoming. Is what they're at Colorado State. Colorado State is usually a pretty good team. They're not that good. Normally, Wyoming would beat a team like that. Not this year. That ain't gonna happen. Vegas has Colorado State by 3 points. I'll look for that to even go up even higher than that. Am I going to bet on that game? You're damn right. Am I going to take Colorado State Rams? You're damn right I am, because they're not going to do too much this year. Writing's on the wall, especially when the coach is taken up for a murderer. And I know somebody says, well, allegedly. Whatever. In my eyes, he's a murderer. Because from the beginning, somebody made it a point to say, well, Bart wasn't there. I think it was Warren. Well, guess what, Warren? We never asked you about Bart. We don't know Bart. He can be a super plus superstar. In Wyoming, we still wouldn't know who he is. He's a punter. But he's one of the best punters in the league, right? Or in college. Because they say he's going pro. Well, so they're trying to protect that. You're not going to get around that. Remember the kicker from San Diego State? They got involved in some type of thing where some girl got raped, and he was accused of doing it. And who was it? Buffalo. He was the kicker. Buffalo cut him so quick. But by hook or by crook, he came back and he signed with another team. They found him innocent. But it was kind of funny. It was like, how do you like cross all your T's and dot all your I's, and you make a conscious decision to let this guy go because it's the NFL, but then mysteriously he goes to court, and now he's innocent. And you know damn well if it was some black guy, he probably would have been innocent, but he would have never saw or been able to talk to any NFL team. And what let me know that I'm kind of right on this, San Diego goes, I'm not saying, well, who had him? I think Buffalo. Buffalo goes, we don't care who cleared him. We don't want him. That's the NFL one. Because what's going to happen is if something else come up, the Bills will be like, we not going to take your reject. So, and we don't want you looking at us saying, why did we, no, thank you. Let somebody else, desperate team, take him. But like I said, if it was some black dude, yeah, he's done. He's up out of there, right? Bart's got a dilemma. You go back and you play football. You go into a locker room where that locker room is going to look and feel different to him now. It'll never be the same. Brotherhood. First thing they're going to say, man, he ain't our brother. That's the first thing they're going to say. Nobody's going to want to play with him. Nobody's going to want to be around him. They will not talk to him, I guarantee. You might have one that might say something, right? But for the most part, nobody's going to want to talk to that guy. And the coach, it's amazing how, and guys, this is true. This is true. I've been watching football my entire life in sports. When it's a black guy and it's a question mark behind his name, it's settled automatically. Done. Well, he was innocent. Well, and here's an excuse. Well, he was found out innocent. Here's an excuse that comes behind it. Well, they just didn't want the tag that went along with him. It just wasn't a good fit, right? Now, you got this one guy who wasn't even supposed to be there. Then when they brought the audio out, somebody goes, "Damn it, Bart!" Right after somebody hit Nolan Wells with something, because you could hear it, and you can hear Nolan grasping for air. You could hear him grasping for air, and you can hear him choking. And then somebody goes, "Oh, is he dead yet?" But this guy gets a second chance, and they trying to help him out. Dude, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. What are you gonna say behind something like that? Shout out to the Buffalo Bills for not messing with that kicker. Because I'm telling you what, I was living in San Diego at the time, and that's all it was on the media. And that I just knew he was done. But that's a lot of money, you see. And see, sometimes some guys aren't afforded the chances that other people are. Like I said earlier, black guys, something happens, they found out they're innocent, and then the first thing they go is, well, we just didn't want to deal with that. We just didn't want the name. We're trying to be clean, squeaky clean, and send a message. Okay. So why? And then the college usually works with them. Not at Wyoming. They're trying to get this dude in. And they're gonna probably need to, because he's gonna need the money for the to get for his legal trouble. Then not only on top of that, right? The coach from Wyoming is full of shit. He goes, he didn't hear anything about the murder. Everybody knows. Everybody knows about, well, if you've been keeping up with it and you're in the political world, you know who Barty is now, because Cito released that tape. They released that audio. They was like, oh, we don't want to be associated with the state of Mississippi. And you hear somebody goes, damn, Bart. Now, mind you, Bart wasn't even supposed to be there. It was a thing. He had something else saying he wasn't there. He was in Montana, because camp started for them guys already. Their first game is in 2 weeks. And then he goes, well, I don't even know her. Then it went from I didn't know her to he's raising a defense, right? He's on GoFundMe. All right. His pappies and grandpappies, his pappy was like some in an NFL good punter, right? You think them guys down there need that money? Absolutely not, because those were the upper echelon or whatever, the upper echelon of the hillbillies down there. And they've got that thing where everything goes. And if you ain't in a clique, you are pretty much on the outside, be it white, be it black. And that brings me to my other point. If you continue, well, wait, I digress. Let me finish up with Bart. Bart's done. Now Bart's got an attorney. And then Bart's also has an attorney about defamation. What are you going to do? Right? So they say they're going around suing people for saying things that is not true or whatever. Well, look, I'll just tell you right now, I think he did it. Right? And I'll tell you what, if he didn't do it, he knows who did it, or he was in on it. You want to sue me? You want to sue me? You want to send me a defamation letter? Have at it. have at it, because you won't even be able to get to me. All these people on the internet that's got what's his name? This got Bart all tied up. He's making everybody's story on the internet. He's making every podcast. So guess what? This is for you, Bart, and your attorney crew. I think he did it. Or how about this? He did it. Now send me a cease and desist letter and see how long you'll wait from how long you'll get an answer from. Because just what? I don't have no money. What you gonna get out of me? I tell you what, I will get an attorney and I'll countersue you. Not only will I get some money, right, from my broke ass, I'll also flip it in my stats and you'll make my internet channel bigger. So I'm kind of begging you to send me a cease and desist letter. These fools also, they brought a list out of who they were sending cease and desist letters to. That's a joke. You're giving them people free advertisement. I got something too I want you guys to see. This is hilarious. One of their attorneys, and I just thought this was so hilarious. Where did it go? Is it here? No, it's not here. But I am going to find it. I'm going to send it. It was, where am I at? It's that stupid attorney that they have. What did I do? What did I do with you? What did I do? Nope, I don't want you. Oh, I know exactly where it's at, but I don't know. Okay, I can get to it this way. Oh my god, this is funny. You guys are gonna love this picture I have, because it's very fitting. Those guys down there, they clowns. They just straight up clowns. You ever seen somebody that's a clown and they don't even know that they're a clown? Well, this guy is. Where's this picture? I got too many of birds. Can't find it. Where did it go? You piece of crap. What did you? Oh, I can find it this way. Facebook. You can always go to Facebook and you can grab stuff off Facebook. And then you can show it that way. Let's see. Here we go. Where's this idiot? Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. I got it here. There we go. Right here. Also, too, guys, I don't know if you notice anything like. Jesus. Sorry, hold on. I got caught up in my thoughts. I used to be able to multitask. When you get old, you forget real quick. All right, so where's that picture at? So I'm going to send that to myself. Is this it? Oh my God, I hate this shit. I hate when stuff goes wrong like this. You got everything else. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see it. Because these guys are a joke. These guys need to be exploited. Because they stupid. I'm going to file a lawsuit. I'm defamation, blah, blah, blah. Are you kidding me? Defamation? You got other stuff to contend with. And you worried about who's saying what about you. You ain't used to a lot of pressure is what you're not used to. And then they whining and crying and saying that they don't have the public has convicted them. They don't want to go somewhere and feel like they're gonna get jumped on or they can't pretty much do anything. Well, welcome to the black man's world. Now you see how we feel, right? So where is it? Where is it? I swear to God, dude, why would we do this? Why would we do that? The lie, watch this, guys. The lie, and you guys are gonna laugh. The guys at the guys that's telling these lies, or the lies that they're telling, those were the lies that we used to tell in elementary school. That just shows you that they never get in trouble They always get backed out of whatever they get into. And it's funny because any black man that goes to a job automatically, especially in corporate America, he's got a bullseye on his back day one. Day one, he's got a bullseye on his back. But then you want to sit there and whine and cry and say, you're defaming our name. Well, shit. Welcome to the black man's game. Welcome to our life. Welcome to our game. This is what we contend with pretty much every day. We get defamed all the time. You see us running and crying and trying to get an attorney. Well, first of all, we can't afford it. Most people can't. And they know that. That's why they do that. Let's see. Did we get it? Yep, here we go. Now, here's his attorney. What a fucking goofball. This guy's a fucking goof. Goofy ass dude. If you can see on his hat, it had cocks. So right away when I saw this picture, I just kind of thought like, why does he got cocks on his hat? And then I looked at Warren and I go, why does Warren look like he's creeped out? So I'm thinking, is this? No. He's not advertising that he likes cocks and I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. I don't, But for the most part, this guy gets on there. And from what I'm hearing, he's an attorney. When he came on that show, by the way, and that show is by what is this guy? Sambo Tatum. Because I'm not gonna say everything and get this guy some good pub now, or give him any kind of advertising. He doesn't deserve it. But he was on that show, and that's when he had the boys on there. And then every time they've got these interviews going, and every time they interview these guys, they always say something stupid. I personally, I don't, and I had this video. I got to find it again, but here's what I think. I think Warren did not kill Nolan Wells, but he knows who did. He knows who did, and he was probably an accessory to the crime, right? And he's also covering up. So I mean, he's fucked either way for Warren. I don't think he did it, but he knows, and that's why he's losing weight and whatnot. The other guys was laughing and joking and smirking. Like one guy says, Nolan was our best friend, and then they had the camera on him, and he kind of like made a smirk and laugh. And I'm like, okay, say, let's see if you'd be laughing 2 years from now. Because what's that old saying? And my granny used to always tell me this: same thing make you laugh or make you cry. Damn, that was so true. Same thing make you laugh will make you cry. So keep laughing, guys, and see who the joke's gonna be on at the end. What was I gonna say? I just think that those guys are a bunch of idiots. I think they're stupid. I wouldn't be coming on TV. I wouldn't be trying to prove that I didn't do it. As hard as the state of Mississippi is working to get these bozos out of trouble, they keep putting themselves back in trouble. Now I know you guys you've watched the first 48 hours, right? All right. First 48 hours. He came on land, which that was, I guess, this was kind of funny because when the dad went around on that side of the island, 5:00 in the morning, because a coach called him. They all connected down there, as we all know. Coach said, come on, I'll take you out on the boat. They went around in that area. They didn't see him, but maybe like an hour later, Scoot went back around, and then his son was there washed up on the beach. And Pops goes, no, he wasn't there. He said, and I got to believe Pops. That's his boy. Right, so then he showed up. He was there. First 48 hours. Here's how it goes down. First 48 hours. Cop shows up. Coronary shows up, or the coroner. They tape off the fingers with bags and stuff like that. They look for defensive wounds or anything. Pick up ballistics. Since there ain't no ballistics out there, they just gonna tape up his hands and whatnot, and then they're gonna send this guy down. They're gonna ask, who did you find out here? And it was probably just all of them, so they don't really have too much to go on. Is his phone or his wallet? Is that on him? If it is, they'll get his address. They'll call his mama, his pops. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? And then they'll go talk to him. And after they tell him what happened, they'll give them time to it's like a fast motion more, a fast forward motion that the cops kind of do. But you don't see it, but they give them time to grieve. They probably bring him coffee. Do you want coffee? We'll go get coffee. Then they'll sit down with him, and then they'll go, okay, so we don't mean to keep you because this is, but we trying to help you out. Do you know the last people he was with? Do you know who he was beefing with? Did he have a girlfriend, a psychotic girl? All that kind of stuff. Then they start, well, we got his phone from so and so. We got the phone from over the house. Who had it? So and so. They go right over there, dude. What was you doing with his phone? You know what? You need to come with me, right? They haul his ass in. Then he start dropping dimes. These guys, they got money. They not you. If they telling on themselves during an interview where nobody's making him, that's talking to him, what would you think that they would do if the cops had him in front of their face? Then once they get there, you go ahead. I'm sure they'll lawyer up because them kids ain't smart enough to do that, right? Because Warren, his mammy is a judge. But nevertheless, by the time you get through him and them guys up, and they come and get their attorneys and whatnot, you'll pretty much have all you need. And then you'll just have witnesses because they'll probably give you everything you need. They giving it to the public. They giving the public everything they need. What do you think they would do for the cops? Blue is good. Blue is that. You know how they go when it's about the cops. The cops are good. The cops are our friend. And I'm not saying that they're not, right? But let's see how much you trust the cops when they're not on your side, right? But for the most part, cops do good jobs. I know a couple of cops that do good police work and would have had this thing sold up within what, maybe 25 to 30 hours, not 48, but you need that first 48 because that's the best chance you get to get that evidence. Because after 48 hours, that evidence just goes bye-bye, dissipates, moves off in the river or whatever. All kind of stuff happen. But that's how that goes. You get all of that, but Mississippi's not doing that. First thing came out their mouth was, well, we don't see any foul play. Well, how can you do? You didn't even investigate it. Oh, we're doing it now. Now they got stuff that's coming out that they're doing it now. You didn't do it because thank you to our society is totally different in America now with the internet. Everybody pretty much knows how things go. The internet wouldn't have to prove things for you because you would take care of business and get it done. And a lot of these guys would have been arrested a long time ago, especially the guy that stole his phone, right? So, yeah, Mississippi is doing everything that they can to get these idiots off, and they keep running their mouth. They keep talking. But you know what? They're going to get what they got coming to them, right? Because the universe, at the end of the day, always going to balance that out. Now, here's what I want to get at. And this is how I got to it. And for those of you who heard me yesterday or whatever, you heard me. I hate to be redundant because half of the show was I couldn't hear, right? I mean, I had a volume, right? But let's get this one going. Add image. Excuse me. I'm having hiccups because I'm drinking a cup of coffee. And you're like, wow, why are you drinking the coffee so late? Well, it's what? 6 o'clock here, and I got this thing where I like to, when I do this show, I always like to have a little I'm a coffee fiend. Yes, I am. All right. So my thing was when I started going in this Nolan Wells thing, and I'm like, if these guys are that bold in public with all those people at the beach that you'll sit and you can kill somebody, who won't you kill? You're bloodthirsty at this point now. You're a bloodthirsty guy. Like the guy Rasheen that they found down there, but it was in Jackson County, but it wasn't not Jackson, Mississippi, but Jackson County. And I guess the last they saw him, they had like cameras on trees. You know how hunters do, they have cameras on trees. And they saw him, he had his shirt off, and he had a stick in his hand. And I guess he had called his mother saying it was some truck full of white boys following him. And then after that, the only thing that anybody saw after that was his head severed, but it was still attached to his vertebrae. These guys are barbaric. These guys are bloodthirsty. So I'm like, I'm sure they didn't kill some white folks down there that didn't go along with their program. And I did some snooping around on the internet, right? Come up with Aubrey Wyatt, right? Now, Aubrey Wyatt, she was a seventh grader and she committed suicide in 2003, right? Let me see if I can get the. Why is this not? Piece of crap. All right, there we go. There she is. Pretty girl. She was in elementary school, no, middle school. So Aubrey was, and guys, if you like, just, I mean, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up or a like. I don't think I was able to get this thumbs up stuff working right. I think I have. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully, let me see. Is it working? I don't think so. I don't care. Well, I'll just care after the show. But for the most part, she was found. She had committed suicide. Remember back 20 years ago, and Rado, if you guys are still there, remember how it was the black guy, maybe 20 years ago, this big black guy was on the bridge with this one female, and he was bossing up on her, got out of the car and yelling and screaming in her face, and she just said, fuck it, and she jumped off the bridge, off the Belle Isle Bridge. Never anybody knows it. That's a long fall. And that water and that current, because what? The Detroit River is over a mile long, and I'm sure it's over a mile. I don't want to say over a mile deep. I don't know how deep it is. It's deep enough to allow freighters to go through there. So that Michigan River is pretty deep and big. Well, she jumped over. She died. We don't know if it was from impact or because the current grabbed her and took her down to Ohio. She ended up, she died probably upon impact. Who knows? But the guy who did this, he didn't touch her, but he pushed her to that. Not physically, but he pushed her to that. He got charged with murder, right? Now, that's in Detroit. That's in the big city. That's up north. Down south, if you got peeps, they had an investigation going on with her. Um, the judge brought it to a halt, stopped it. Guess who that judge was? The same judge, Warren's mammy, who's sitting on the case now. Warren's mammy put a stop to it. Then the mother goes, she just left her baby. Moms go, I'm just gonna leave her Instagram up. Man, that's her baby. And they had her, the judge, the people complained, and the judge had her to take down her her TikTok. I didn't know the judges were able to do stuff like that, right? Because if you told me, I'd like go fuck yourself, right? You want to throw me in jail? Go ahead, have at it. I mean, what's the most you can do? You already my baby didn't die, and you can't help me get justice for it, right? Um, I was looking at a lot of her stuff, and just like Nolan's, it's hard. You can't really. I had to look at it so I can have the information right, get the information correct. But it was hard. It was really just like Nolan Wells. It was really hard to kind of like keep reading over because they had one picture posted. She said her mother did, and somebody posted on Instagram or something where her face was red, and it was where from one that female had slapped the crap out of her in school, right? She was also sexually assaulted on the playground by some guy, right? So I called one of my buddies, that lives down there in Mississippi. Um, and she told me, she says, down there, she says, you don't know who's who. She says she walks out of her house, she waves at the neighbor waves back, and that's it. I guess because the houses kind of spread apart. And she said, but what she could tell me was that the young lady, Brittany Wyatt, lived in an all black neighborhood. Is what she told me. She says she's from a black area. So I'm like, well, she lived in an all black area. Why is she going to Ocean Springs Middle School? But I guess that's where she wanted to go or whatever. But for the most part, she lived in an all black community or a mostly black community. So maybe that has something to do with it. Who knows? I also think that maybe somebody is more than one person probably molested her. Things like that happen, and when you are from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and I go, you guys probably molested her, and then they get mad. You don't have the right to get mad because of your history and how you guys roll. You're bloodthirsty. You're a terrorist, and not only on top of that, you stupid as hell, right? Those Klan guys, they still dumb, right? Up north, and I wouldn't even say up north. Go over to Atlanta. Go over to Biloxi. Go over to New Orleans. You won't see them. Them guys commit crimes all day, but they never tell on themselves, right? So that's how that went. And hopefully she gets her justice. Hopefully she does get her justice. Hope, because her mom's was trying. Her mom's was on there bawling her eyes out. And I was like, I can relate. I mean, I get it, right? That's her child. Um Mississippi is terrible. I got relatives that live in northern Mississippi, right outside of Memphis. That's, I would be honest with you, that's not even Mississippi. It's just suburban Memphis because there's a lot of black people. South Haven and Olive Branch, Mississippi. It's very up pace. It's very up tempo, and it's not like northern Mississippi. Hell, it ain't even like Jackson, Mississippi, that's right on the Delta. It's not even like that. It's like you might as well call it Memphis. But for the most part, Mississippi is horrible. All right, we're off of that. So I did all of that really quickly to get that out of the way. Nolan Wells, blah, blah, blah. We did some baseball. We do have general talk. Feel free, whatever, if you want to type something in, we can. With this new thing that I have, I can also invite people to come on and talk when they want to come on. And oh, real quick, the guy, he's not an officer, but Tatum Sambo, the Uncle Tom dude, he was calling. He called some black lady ghetto. He didn't want to debate with her because he said she was ghetto. Now, watch this. One thing you never want to do is call a black woman ghetto. When she gets finished with you, you're gonna wish you got beat up in a physical fight. Trust me. But all the time when she get finished with you and how smart, she probably ain't even she probably never even, some of these girls out here when they get on guys, never even seen the guy's dick size. But when she gets finished with you and she say you small dick mother, everybody's gonna believe her. So so guys, the younger guys out there, you if you haven't figured it out now, you will. You never argue with a female. You you never argue with a female. Not that she's just gonna blow you out of the water. It's just not. Arguing with a female is not one of the more masculine things to do. When I was younger, I would try to get in arguments with them to try to prove that I was just as smart or smarter. By the time I got old, I was like, you know what? You can be smarter than me. At this point in my life, I don't care because I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy my life, whether you like it or not. So you can destroy me and do whatever. That makes you feel happy, good. Because the first chance I get to feel good, I'm going to do it. Right? But that's another story, right? That's another story. Um, oh, the Officer Tatum guy. So what he does is he gets in the debates with people, and he talks about them and try to make them look stupid. He called that one girl ghetto and ignorant, and I guess some other female pulled out a video on him, and he was yelling and cussing somebody out, and just kept using the N word repeatedly. Saying, "Nigga, I'll come beat your ass." Blah 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 blah. And because he's in that debate world, like where these guys go to college and they're pretty smart. But you got to watch some of these guys. You think that they nerds. You think that they may not be that tough. And you next thing you know, you go to Kroger's, and then 10 minutes later you wait. Well, it's probably longer than that. But next thing you know, you waking up in the hospital with something with a chart saying John Doe, because you just got stole on. Well, because you don't know. You don't know. You don't know these people, but they know you because they see you. They see you on there, and he's on there talking crazy, talking about some he hate black people, can't stand him and stuff like that. Nobody really knew who he was until he got actually with this Nolan Wells thing. I had seen him a couple of times on the internet, but I'll just flick right past it. I still do. But what he's doing now is very, very, very super dangerous. And this is what happened to his boy Charlie Kirk, and he ain't even and rest Charlie Kirk's soul in peace, because I don't speak ill upon the dead. But Charlie Kirk ran into that situation and got his brains blew out. You can't be on internet talking greasy and crazy like that about people. You can't be on there doing that, because the first time you go to the store, first time you go to the laundromat, or whatever you got to do, like I said, you laughing and talking and look in the produce department squeezing on melons. You in the produce department looking at apples and oranges, and then the next thing you know, you waking up in the hospital with a tube stuck down your throat, or a dick, one of them. But okay, but you get it. You get what I'm saying. So for him, and beautiful white, he's got a white wife. You know that's how they roll. But she's gonna leave his ass, because I'm sure, or she might just get a heavy insurance policy on him and stash it away. Because what he's doing is he's putting his wife in harm's way and his kids. So the more he keeps doing that, yeah, and then he was acting ignorant, cursing and threatening people. I'm like, so this is how you really are. But watch this, guys. You think the white people that he deal with, you think that they don't know how he is? They know exactly how he is. But as soon as he jump up to them and try to bite him or try to bite them, then that's when you'll see him disappear. Like, and and look, nobody will look for him. My wife probably wouldn't even do it. Might even be her. She might she might steal she might steal him in Kroger's. Yeah, so that's how that is. All right. So just thought I would share that. That was hilarious. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, so Nolan Wells. Um, we've got Sports Talk, Sportsbook. We can go over some games really quickly. I mean, I don't, or as long as it takes. I'm going to, guys. You want to stay on the subject or something like that? You bring it up, I'll get back to it. But right now, we about to get into meat and potatoes. We're gonna do college football right away. So let's do it. All right, let's pull it up. Now I'm gonna go straight to FanDuel on this one. If you guys got your FanDuel or um, whatever platform you like to use to gamble, it doesn't matter. You can pull it up, right? Who's that? Caesars? I don't. Do Caesars still have their thing open? Them dudes owe me like $100, and I guess because like with Caesars, and this is like 2 years ago, I was averaging like $1,200 a week during football season. So once you guys get to winning like that, then they always find funky excuses to ban you. They ended up banning me because they actually, well, let that go. But they still owe me $100, right? Good luck. I won't be seeing that. So I'm on. I am on FanDuel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to football. Now, guys, you know what? I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to show it to you because I can do this now. I am so arrogant. Look at that. All right. So I've got a ticket that I made, right? And Rod, if you guys are on here, we can talk about this afterwards or whatnot. But I'm going to show you this. I'm going to take a picture of it and then I'm going to send it to you. It's like maybe two parts. And this is the ticket that I made July 30th, right? But this is, I got another one I want you guys to see because this is not. I have NFL teams on this one, and this is not the one that I wanted to use, but we'll do it anyway. I got regular NFL games on here, but that's not what I want. I want the ones with all college, but I'll send you that. But since I'm copying this now, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you what I got. So I got it here. I mean, this is a lifesaver. All right, here we go. We'll do it like this. Okay, here we go. Add, and we're gonna add files. This is a lifesaver. I can show you guys because a lot of times I would be running my mouth and I would say, "You guys understand what I'm saying?" And somebody would always come back and say, "Hell no." Let's see, my boy Rod and all y'all guys, how y'all doing? I mean, y'all ever want to come on the show? Let me know. Where is this at? Is this it here? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And is this it here? Yep, this is it. All right, let's move it over. Add to stage. Let's see if this is it. Come on, you piece of crap. Let's see where I'm at. Kevin Stefanski. At first, I thought that he was okay, but I just thought I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but I gave him too much of the benefit of the doubt. Kevin Stefanski is an idiot. Okay, so what is this? What is this right here? This is the one I lost. No, no, that's not. Where did this one come from? Um, well, I lost this one. That's not the right one. All right, hold on. Let's see. This is it. This is the one. Yeah, this is it. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Remove from studio. Now we're going to add to studio, right? Oh, I don't think I can add it like that. I added like multiple times, but I don't think I can do it like that. Let's give me 1 minute, and I'll have it. Oh, here we go, right here. Upload. Yes. All right. I'll show you how I did it. And I got to figure out how I got to swing through it, but it'll show me. If not, I'll just have to do it one at a time. So I took pictures of one ticket that I did, and I did this one ticket July 1st. Um, and this is how I'm getting down because baseball is hard to hit. Baseball is just very hard to hit, and I'm just pretty much getting tired of it. I'm just you grab the good games. Like I would rather bet on a college basketball game or NFL game or let's see. I don't even think this came up right. Are you guys able to see this ticket that I just put up? And I don't even know how I'm gonna even try to move it up and down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove it and put them in one at a time. So we remove, and then we'll just add one image. All right, there we go. As you can see, the first ticket that I put up, and I don't know if you should be able to see it. If you can't, let me know. But if you want me to, we can continue. If you have a problem with looking at it, let me know. But if not, let's go forward on it. So on this ticket, you'll see at the bottom, I took Carolina +2. I took Cleveland, +7. The Lions, I took them on the spread, and I did Illinois negative 27.5. And then I also took Memphis and UNLV to go over under. If you can look and see how I'm doing these, you'll go, okay, I get it, right? Let me see if this other one comes up. This thing moves slow. All right, beautiful. This first ticket you will see is a 17 game leg, right? And if you noticed, it's that first ticket was done on June 30th. I'm gonna flip my phone. Maybe I can see it. Yeah, a lot better. Okay. You can flip your phone or whatever. Let me know if you guys actually really need me to do it better. I just got to work on my how to make these things look presentable. But I took Nolan McLean. Where's this at? Come on. If you notice, all these guys I took in the 17 leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 7 of them won. Now these were things that were even it was yeah. I took these pictures because I knew that they would win, right? And I felt confident. I even got a WNBA game in there, the Minnesota Lynx. I put them in there. I was confident with that, right? And I knew that they were going to win, and I'm trying to get big money, right? So what I did is I put that in. I only take what Vegas gives me. And trust me, Vegas don't give you a lot. Because even if they give you this, they won't allow you to they will not allow you to do player props. And I get that because players get injured and whatnot and whatever. But if you see those first 7, I don't know, is that 7 or 5, whatever. Those first ones, I was confident that I could get those. They won. And let me tell you guys, that was still a fate. I mean, it was still a feat to pull because a lot of times you pick stuff like that, some joker always going to come up one short. Come on, man. Let me give you the next one. I don't think it's the computer. I think it's me. I'm kind of slow, but I got to figure out how I can do it in a more efficient way. Let me see. Yeah. And then we'll go to the next one. I took this next game right? I took the Houston Astros because I was confident that they would win. Sorry, I'm going slow. But now you see that one? You see at the top, this guy Houston is continuing on. This is on that 17 leg. And this guy Houston, I won that one. You see where it's the over under Carolina Panthers at Arizona. Well, after June 3rd, because I played on July 30th, July 31st, Vegas gave me all these teams that I could bet on like now, right? Except for the later games, you can't do player props, but that's okay. Like I said, I only take what Vegas gives me, right? And that ain't gonna be much. But when they give you something, try to take it and take advantage of it. Because with all these teams playing like this, especially college football, you can make good money. Because like I said, I was maybe like 2 years ago when I first started out, and I found out how to tease games, and I was killing I was killing Caesars Sportsbook. I was averaging like 1,400 a week, right? But then they kind of caught up to me, and then they whacked me like we were on a Soprano show. But it's all good because I went over to FanDuel and I never looked back. And plus, FanDuel gives you better odds, right? More money. But if you look and see, so now the 17 leg now becomes a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe like because I can't move it down. Now it becomes like a 8 leg ticket. So that's much more easier to maneuver around. Let me see, who is this? Uh, yeah. So it's like after so I've got Illinois on there. I got the Lions. I got Cleveland, right? I got TCU. You see that with USC. So now you say, well, now because see some guys will do this and say they got a 17 ticket, and all they did was just play them out of sequence, like whatever Vegas lets you play. But I'm gonna go to another one where because this is NFL. I'm gonna take NFL teams out because I want to get a better. I want you guys to get a better look at what I'm doing. And you'll say, does this actually work? Hell yeah, it does. Because the objection is to try to win. It's not to try to see how smart you are because you'll never be smarter than Vegas. And just like T said, Vegas is the devil anyway. Not because now I get it. Was when he said the devil, I was like, what? Oh, and I was like, I thought he was mean and they was bad. But now it's like you will sit down and every team you think should win and you do your homework and you put it on there, and it could be 2 teams you can do. And you know you're gonna win. You got the Dodgers playing, they playing Colorado, they playing in Colorado where that ball takes off. They got their best pitcher, and Colorado got his worst pitcher, and would you know you still lose over something stupid? That's like you say, Vegas is the devil. And you sitting there looking around, right? And then you don't want to go to bed because you know all you're gonna do is toss and turn all night. All right, so come on now. Where you at? Here we go. So I'm gonna give you another ticket. It's another ticket I want you to look at. Here's a good one. You guys will get off on this one. Let me think. This is an 11 leg, and when you do it like this, you can really gamble. And what I mean is, you can pick teams that you wouldn't dare take to cover the point spread because you've done so many. And I mean, when it's this early in the season, this is what I do because I'm allowed to do this, and it's cool because it works. Because when you get in the middle of the season, you get depressed and you be losing all this shit. Now, here we go. Where am I at? Doing too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is it. You guys gonna like this one. Here I go. I'm gonna put this in. Let's see. One thing I wish it was fast. I just put my finger on it and or give it a command and just push it over like the Jetsons. Well, Jetsons wasn't that advanced. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, man. Here we go. Is that it? No. This is dumb. That was me, guys. I told you it was me. You got to add it to the stage. All right, here we go. You see that game? You see where you see Carolina in there? I took the Panthers on the money line, and that one I straight up gambled on. But as you see in the other one, I took the over under and won. On this one, I took Carolina, the Panthers in the Hall of Fame game, and I gambled on that because I didn't know who was going to win this, but I just gambled. I just said, "Fuck it." When you're so tired of baseball, this is what it'll drive you. That look, betting on baseball games will drive you to betting on NFL games, where it's almost like they're playing scabs, right? Because you don't know. So I was desperate. But as you see on this ticket, that first one I took Florida State, New Mexico State. I took the over 52. I also took Florida State 31.5. I snuck that Carolina NFL Hall of Fame game in there. I already won that one. I got TCU, which we'll talk about that later because I don't know if TCU is going to win that one. But I also took San Jose and USC to go over 30 points. I got Rutgers on the money line. Rutgers is playing Massachusetts, UMass. They've got UMass. It's like the point spread is 30. I would be careful with that because with the transfer portal, how can I say this? Massachusetts sucked last year. But with the transfer portal, it's just like free agency. You can basically rebuild your whole team. But nevertheless, I got Rutgers and I got West. What was that? West Georgia plus the points. I think they are playing um, Kennesaw State. And guys, please don't get caught up in the points spread on that first week because that's how Vegas makes its money. Vegas will set you up. Let's see, hold on, let me get this over here. Hold on. Okay, all right, here we go. I can put this one in now. Shot, let's go, boy. Let's go, bitch. Is that it? Utah? Yep, that's it. If you look down to the bottom on this ticket, do you notice I wagered $30? I I got that upset with West Georgia and Kennesaw State. If that comes through, bingo, right? West Georgia is okay. Kennesaw State is not. They gave Wake Forest a fight last year because Wake Forest last year was favored by like 30 points, and Wake Forest only ended up winning that game like maybe by 3, if they even won it all. I kind of forgot how that went. I just know I didn't win, and I turned from that channel. And that game right there alone taught me a very valuable lesson. I did 2 parlays with Wake Forest beating Kennesaw State, covering the spread by 30. And that game was over with at halftime. I think it was like 10-9 or something like that. And then once you get into the fourth quarter and it's still low, there's no way they're going to come back. And I had like 2 parlays knocked out first thing in the morning. The morning hadn't even started. So I always try to be careful, vigilant on picking teams and not putting them, because if you don't pay attention and you feel good, let's just say Ohio State, right? And you just feel so good about that. And then you look up and you look in your when Saturday starts, and you look at, let's say, 5 parlays you got. And in all those 5 parlays, you got Ohio State winning by 50. And you go, "Oh shit. I didn't even realize I was doing that." So now you sitting up there, you sweating bullets, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the day ain't even got started, right? Because Ohio State's will play a Ball State. You would think, Ron, you crazy, jump all over that. Nope. Because generally Ohio State is a classy football organization, right? And they old school. They don't run the points up on people. They just don't. So will they win? Yeah. They might let Ball State do a little something. Like at the end of the first half, I won't be surprised if the score is like 31-10 or 31-7, right? And that's why this happens every year. And somebody's sitting up there going, "Man, I can't believe that they didn't cover the 50." Dude, it's the first week. It's Vegas. You think Vegas is gonna hand you a victory like that? Nah. So be careful with that Ohio State game. Are they gonna win? Yeah. Will they have the money line on there? Hell no. They won't even have the money line. You either gotta pick if they're gonna cover 50 or if they're not. And I don't even want to that one I won't even gamble on. Because 9 times out of 10, Ohio State may cover it. But what I don't want to do is put all my eggs in one basket. I'll pick one parlay and I'll probably have Ohio State covering the 50. But I definitely will take the over in that game because Ohio State's gonna put it on them. And that's why I used to wonder. I used to see guys like when other teams would be playing, they would be going for the other team. I'm like, man, you bet on this game, you stupid. But I didn't get it. I didn't get the spread stuff. And then now since I know the spread, I'm like, oh, now I get it. But if you look at this ticket, this is kind of an easy ticket. It's an easy ticket because I got all of the scrub games. Bethune-Cookman. I've got Bethune-Cookman and Central. What is that? What is that? What is that? Central Florida. Florida scores a lot. They're in that AFC. And I don't know if I told you guys this, but when you see when you see the American Football Conference, automatically, Rod, if you're still on here, Rod, because down there where you're at, them dudes be scoring like crazy. What is that? University of San Antonio, Texas, UTSA or whatever. Them guys score crazy points. So when you see the American Football Conference in college, just know if it's not Navy or Army, they're gonna score points. But if you look at his ticket that I wagered 30 on, if and anything that comes through like this, then I win 28 grand. 28 grand. Now I do want to say this, shout out to Rod and T. I remember when you guys pulled that ticket, like I mean, these guys almost hit for F50K and that failed. You know how hard that is? I've never sniffed that, right? Well, I didn't go to Cass and Michigan State and all that either. So, but no. Shout out to you guys. You guys smart because I never would have sniffed anything like that. And then what the funny part about it is, I remember when you guys hit it, y'all wasn't even like, y'all was like, whatever. It's almost like, see, guys, when guys know math, they know how to count, they smart. There's nothing to them because eventually they're gonna figure it out, right? Eventually they're gonna figure it out, and that's why they don't get upset about it because they're like, oh, okay, well we'll do this next time. But nevertheless, that's what's happening here. So I showed you a copy of those. I got a couple more, right? But what I do is I added some baseball teams. Now there's games that I tried to add and lost, but I was successful only to come away with 9 tickets where I had previously other put bets in. Some bets I lost early, so I don't have the luxury of trying to win big on Saturday. So if I get lucky, I can hit for a good lick. So mind you guys, if just make sure you get in there and you start grabbing stuff because you'll get it good. You'll get something good. Hey, I don't have anything else to talk about. Oh, I don't know if this came through, and I was because I talked about this yesterday. Um, guys, when it comes to like gambling and stuff, and you hit, you gotta give back, right? And you have to give back, right? Because the universe don't give you stuff to hoard. So if they give it to you, you got to share. You got to put it back out, right? You just have to because if you keep hoarding, you're gonna lose. You're just gonna lose. Because I found out the hard way too, right? I would win. I would win. I wouldn't give nobody nothing. You know what I mean? I just pay my bills. I wasn't a miser like that. But then when I thought, I was like, man, I've got to start giving. Also, another thing too, like you could be walking down the street and some guy say, hey, you bitch ass nigga, whatever, and take a razor blade and slice up your car in your new paint job. Now that guy is totally offline. He was wrong, but he was negative. Count to 20. Shit, you might have to count to 100. But try to handle it however you can. But don't stay in that negative mode, man. Because even though somebody's shooting off negative, you got to stay positive. Throw that little negativity in there to fight with them or whatever, or if you don't have to, you can get around it. Try it. But positivity wins. If you give the universe negative, is only gonna give you what you give it. The universe is a mirror. You guys heard that before. So anything negative, man, don't even buy into it. Just let it go. Breathe. Do some exercises. If you like me, I'm 57. I have to exercise and I can't get stressed out because my blood pressure will go up. So I can't do that. I used to yell because I remember when it was like, why can't it was Mike Dicker. He had to retire. And I'm like, why does he have to retire? What's wrong with yelling and screaming and getting worked up? Well, you're not older, right? I mean, you're not young like you used to be. Things will affect you differently. So, yeah, just for us older guys, we got to kind of watch that. Yeah, thanks, Rod. I see you in there when you say we see the pic. Thanks, dude. Because I did not know what I was doing at first. But yeah, find a way to get rid of that negativity. I don't even. I was like, oh, but they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they are. Find a way to fix it. Find a way to get around it. Fix it. I I mean, that's what we do, right? And if it's females, I mean, that's what you're gonna learn to do. Because most guys, what we do is we find out what the problem is and then we fix it, right? Sometimes women they won't approach it that way, but for us guys, we got to learn how to. I mean, for us guys, we not learn how because a lot knows. I'm late on this game. We just got to stay around stay from away from the negativity. Just fix it. How do you fix it? I don't care. Don't know. Just fix it. Just fix it. Know what it is you got to do. Because if you stay in that negative zone, man, your money gonna get low. I cannot stand my money to be low. I hate that. Right. So, because like now, anything that I've got pressing that's negative, I don't spend time on it. I figure out a way. I figure out what it is, right? Because it'll cause you to lose. And also, too, you can have people that's around you and holding bad thoughts on you. You don't even know it. Because, like I told T, that he's one of my best buddies, guys. They're like brothers. Him, Rod. You'll hear me referring. You'll probably hear him on the show. Rod, T, and El Presidente. Um, and I was like, I figured it out. I'm like, I couldn't win for nothing, and I'm thinking, I figured it out because sometimes you can have people around you that they hold these ill thoughts. And guys, watch this. Women will hold bad thoughts against men. They won't even tell us. Like like with us, was like, man, why you ain't talking, man? Because you did this, you did that, whatever. Women don't do that, man. They be like, "You're something wrong with you?" No, I'm fine. And in the back of her head, I hate your guts, bitch. So that's how they operate. We don't get down like that, and we shouldn't, right? We can't hold it in because we're too old for that. Plus, that's gonna drain your money. It's all about getting that money. It's all about at the end of the night, end of the day. It's all about getting that money, right? So that's what we got to do. I'll probably have some more stuff tomorrow that we can touch on we're gonna touch on and talk about maybe like more baseball games. While I'm here, I'm gonna pull up and see what kind of baseball games we got tomorrow because I'm not playing them, but I'll just talk about it. Yeah. It was another thing too. I think I might have got this through, but it was like when you guys when you guys get in these unions, man, watch these cats, man, because it is just personal for me. In my darkest moment, when I really needed these guys, my union wasn't there for me. They wasn't even there for me in my darkest moment. So, guys, because I remember, like, and I told this story, I don't know, but cause I didn't have a good relationship with my pops, right? And I would never hardly see him. But when he was ready to pass away and leave this earth, we talked, and he said, and I just told him, I said, look at here, man, I'm gonna do this union thing, and I'm just gonna go out here and help people because I like doing it. He looked at me, he said, well, son, just make sure there's something in it for you. And I'm like, and I looked, I said, hey, man, um, you're not feeling well, and you still talking like that? He said, still talking like what? I said, not helping people. He goes, look, man, I don't have much time on this earth to sit here and hold this conversation with you. He said, but I'm older and I've been there and done that. And he said, just make sure it's something in it for you. And I was like, man, this, um, what's the word? This indignant, selfish bastard, right? And guess what? The old man was right. Damn. And he was right. He ain't hold no time with me on that. He was like, "We done with that." And I'll never forget that was cool. It was one of the best moments that I had in my life. And who was playing? We watched football. Who that was the Cowboys in New Orleans. I think it was like 1999. But just going back and rehashing it, anytime I can give out some good advice, I'll try to do it. But guys out there, because I know how you are. It's a lot of union guys that's out there that listen to my show. Man, don't put all of your eggs in one basket like that. The union is good. It's good. It should be. It's there to help people. Whereas when I was in Detroit, shout out to Mike Cooks, rest his soul in peace. This dude was like one of the best union guys I've ever met. And when I first met him, I'm like, I ain't get the dude. I was like, man, why you helping this dude? And he looked at me. He said, man, because it ain't. He said it ain't about them. He said, you looking at them. He said, it ain't about them. He said, it ain't about you. It ain't about me. He said, it's about the bigger picture, all of us collectively, right? And I would watch this dude get guys off who didn't deserve it or whatnot. And as time went on, I understood the dude. I got him. I got him like 100%. But, being from back in Detroit, pretty much unions were strong there, right? Sometimes you go to other cities, it's not like that. But yeah, he showed me the way, but his way was old and it was dying out real quick. Now there's some people still in Michigan that's got that good union way. But I mean this dude, if you passed away, if somebody's family passed away, man, them dudes would come back with a handcraft Bible, where they got the wood parts, where they got it all engraved and stuff. They'll go out and get it for you. Christmas and Thanksgiving, them dudes was bringing turkeys. Man, them days over with, man. I've noticed I watched, and they're nothing like that anymore. Not where I was at and what I was doing. It was just like totally like night and day. When you had people like that you wouldn't even hear from them, right? But they do something going on, and then here come the union. They there. That's the way it's supposed to be, baby. Now, please, these niggas out here talking about they condos and any other kind of stuff, right? So they don't really care. So be careful, guys, out here with these unions. Do your thing. And I'm not inferring they got condos. I'm just making an example of whatnot. But just make sure you take care of yourself first. And if if you're gonna get in it, make sure there's something in it for you, right? All right. So let's do these baseball things. Where is this at, man? I try not to leave any stones unturned. I try. But when you get old, you're going to leave a lot of them unturned. See, MLB. And then they got Wednesday games. And they got these guys playing overseas. And speaking of like the older days, I was working back in the 90s with the older cats. And then one guy goes, man, them guys don't deserve all that money. Them guys don't deserve all that money, blah, blah, blah. That's unheard of. I said, dude, what about the owners? I said, you can't be making millions of dollars and playing your players peanuts. You can't be doing that. Talking about getting stole on. Somebody probably did get stole on in the olden days like that. Like you generating like let's just say $1 million a day, and then you paying your players $15 an hour, and he only played one Sunday, but you getting $1 million. Right? But them guys putting their flesh and blood out on the line, man. You won't be coming out of you'll be coming out of Roof Chris and get stole on. All right, so where we at for tomorrow, the 26th. Swear to God, I'm so glad baseball is over with. I mean, it's still going, but I'm so glad there's other stuff out there. Vegas probably pissed. But all Vegas gonna do is come up with more ways to beat you. It's what they do. All right, here we go. So tomorrow's the 17th. Let's look at baseball real quick. Toronto. No, I'm sorry. Baltimore versus the Rays. Raj, shout out to your pops, them Orioles. They trying to find a way to win. They got Brandon Young on the mound tomorrow. 9-3 ERA 9-3 ERA 3.33. Strikeouts 93. They're going up against the Rays. The Rays, Shane McCallahan. I don't know this dude. He's pretty much got almost like the same record. I don't like that game. It ain't even worth messing with. On to the next one. The Marlins and the Phillies. Jansen Junk is okay. He's off and on. But for the most part, I would take Philadelphia on the run line or the money line. Philadelphia all day. Christopher Sanchez is pitching. You know the deal with him. He's a lefty. ERA 2.54 and 81 strikeouts. Right off the bat, I'll take Philadelphia probably on the money line. I don't feel like being um, a super gambler guy tomorrow like that. So if I did play this game, I'll take Philadelphia on the money line, and I would take Christopher Sanchez. What 6+ strikeouts? He's good for more than that. But let me see what was his last. All right, so his last he had 7 strikeouts against St. Louis. He had 6 strikeouts against Washington, and then he had 11 against Baltimore. I'll go 6. Um, go 6 or 5, right? Um, they might. Let me see what. Let me see what. What's the name of that bump? FanDuel. Let's see what FanDuel is doing. What are they giving you? FanDuel. FanDuel is gay. No, actually, FanDuel is pretty good. I like FanDuel. I hope I didn't offend anybody. If I did, I'm so sorry. I'll never let it happen again. Right? Okay, whatever. Let's go to baseball. See what they've got here for tomorrow. Baseball. What is this? So really quickly, since I'm on this baseball, I see the Seattle Mariners and I see the Astros. Let me see what the strikeouts were really quickly because I said 3-3 for both of those schmucks or schmoes. Schmoes. I remember some lady called me and my buddy schmoes at work, and I was kind of like testing out we were testing out like those phone scanners, right? And you scan people's stuff with it. And so somebody goes, I'm not gonna let you scan my ticket with your phone because you're just collecting data. I go, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I said, but you can always hit the scanner here with it. And I said, that might be better. And then she just looked at me and my buddy and she goes, look, are you telling me? And I'm like, I mean, I'm just trying to assist you to board. And this is probably the best way since you don't want to scan. She goes, I don't have to listen to you schmoes or something. Man, I just stopped and I started laughing because I thought it was funny. Dude, she got so pissed. She says, I don't have to listen to you schmoes tell me what to do or something. I was laughing, man. I had to stop and laugh. It was funny how she said, I said, I ain't never heard that. Somebody calling you a schmo. And I'm like, what is a schmo? Might have been derogatory, who knows? But it was just funny. It just made me laugh. It was funny. You know, some people just goofy and they don't know it. And you get pissed. They get pissed. Okay, so let's go. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay. What did I take? ESPN. Because I went. They didn't. You got to search low and high on FanDuel after it's over with. But we will go to the game. Somebody's got the bases loaded right now. Houston's got the bases loaded. What? What? Yeah, Houston's got the bases loaded. Seattle 3, Houston 2. Let's go with the pitching. Box score. Box score, box score. Woo, 5 strikeouts. Hunter Brown, 5 strikeouts. Out the door. You see that? They both got 5. They went over. As long as if you don't pick, you pick 3 and it subtracts money from you. You don't want to do that. But I walked away with some. If I'd have played that, I'd have walked away with some good money on that because they made their quota. All right, so let's get at the game for tomorrow. Where was looking at the strikeouts, and we were trying to see what they were giving Philadelphia with Sanchez. How many strikeouts? Is it up yet? No. No, it is up. Surprisingly, it's up. So they're going Christopher Sanchez over or under 6.5 strikeouts. I say over. I say over. Let's do it. I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna send it to you guys so you guys can look at it, and then I'll let you guys go. But Christopher Sanchez will take over 6.5 strikeouts, and then we're gonna move from there. And then I said we will take Philadelphia on the run line. I don't like the Tampa game. I'm not messing with that one. Valdez for the Tigers against Pittsburgh. I want to pick the Tigers, but I don't feel like being bothered with them. And this is why I'm telling you guys I'm so glad baseball is over with. I hate guessing on that. Um, San Diego versus New York. McLean. McLean is a pimp. Let's see. Hold on. It's real funny, man, with the Mets, because the Mets has got a losing record, but the Mets is tough and they got good pitching. I don't know what the hell happened. We're also going to skip that Reds and Cardinals game. Um, Tigers might lose tomorrow, but I'm still not betting on that because you don't know. McLean 8-8, ERA 3.42, 159 strikeouts. Walker Buehler for the Padres. He's got a higher ERA. He's 7-5. But watch this, man. You know how that works out. San Diego will probably win. I would actually pick the Mets, but I don't want to pick that game because I don't really know who's going to do what. Unfortunately, San Diego stays in the same division with the Dodgers. Once they figure that out, then they'll just relocate and move. And they never beat the Dodgers. Okay, but he has 3 strikeouts, 8, and then it was 6 the week before that one. Um, Man, I ain't even messing with this game, period. Because he's a strikeout pitcher and he's used to throwing 6 or more. If you take 3, you probably gonna lose money on that one. So you don't even then you just be taking bets just to push up. No. So you leave that one alone. Diamondbacks, Boston, hell no. Atlanta, Minnesota. Give me Atlanta. I hate Minnesota because when you pick them to win, they lose. But their season is over with too. Give me the Atlanta Braves on the money line, right? And then I think, let me see. Hold on. Stupid. Ooh, watch this, guys. Give me You're gonna say I'm crazy, but I'm gonna go on a limb. I am going to take the Colorado Rockies at home against Colorado. Hold on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you at? Yeah, yeah. The Rockies' best pitcher is Tama Yuchi Sagano. He's 12-5, ERA 4.43, 66 strikeouts. He's actually pretty good. Blake Snell is back. He's been out for a while. Um, this is the time of the season where the Dodgers are not going to break their backs because they know they got the playoffs and stuff coming up. Give me Colorado in Colorado on the run line. Oh, gee. No, no, no. Give me Colorado on the money line. You get a better price with Colorado. Let's just say if I'm wagering 10 on this ticket and I take Colorado plus the points, right? If I put 10 on that, Colorado plus that's only $144. If I take Colorado money line, $10, that's 142. You know what? Fuck that. Ain't nothing but about $20. I mean $40 more, right? Man, I'll take Colorado on the run line plus the points. After all, they are playing the Dodgers, and let's see if you can try to get a win out. Strikeouts, I am not going to mess with it because we all know that the Dodgers can hit. They don't care who they playing against. They'll shred any good pitcher. Remember how they did Turk Skubal, first game of the year? This is 5 games I picked. I'll put 10 on it. Let me. I probably won't even. Now you know what? If you play something like this, then you can. Then it's cool to come back with some with some picks from the for college football and go with games you think you could win. Right? Is that it? No, that's not it. What is this? Image. Come on, let's go. Oh, here it is. Is this it? Yeah. I forget you have to add it to stage. I keep forgetting that. Here we go. Is that? No, that's the old one. What are you doing? All right, you see that? There it is. And I mean, if you want to throw like some college football games on it, you got until next weekend. And all you gotta do is get you about. You see how many wins that I got? Like I had like 7 or 8 wins on that one ticket, and then the rest I got easy. And if I have easy college, well, it looks like it's easy games that might win. So you can try it that way. You can pretty much kind of like I don't know. You can just do how you think you can do on it. I mean, that's the way I'm gonna do it. You guys are awesome. I mean, I'm pretty much I'm done with the show. I won't probably be doing anything now. Not unless it's something else. Normally, when I would play, if I play and then I hit, then I'll come back on. I might ringing that bell because when it hit, and got some money. But that's it for me. I'll probably go back in here and listen to some stuff and see what's going on with the Nolan Wells. They're getting really close. It's not hard because those stupid idiots, keep telling on themselves. They dumb. God, they so dumb. But when you ain't right, nothing good is gonna follow you. All right, that's it for me. I thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Like me or either subscribe me. I don't think that like and subscribe button. I don't think I was able to get it to work. It just looks good. Let me see it. Did I actually get it to work? I don't think so. What are you doing? I don't think it worked yet. Who knows? Love, peace, and hair grease. I'm done. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. When the football season starts, we're really gonna dig in, and we're gonna get that money. We definitely gonna get that money. All right. Peace out. Thank you.